Hey, before we get into this video, Alexander Walker with a little special announcement. I want to let you know that recently I filmed a video about a wonderful children's book that meant a lot to me. This video right now that you're watching, I wanted to hold on to it for a special reason, and now I have a perfect one to share with you. I'm thrilled to announce that I've written my own children's book titled Jack the Ambitious Monkey, which will be coming out soon. The video is a way to celebrate that journey and give you a glimpse of what's to come. Even though it's not about my book, it's about a book that influenced me, changed my life. It's a very important story. But the more of the story of my book that will soon be coming out is the power of self-determination and self-discipline. Jack the monkey learns to take control of his life, pursue his own dreams, and stay true to his values. The story teaches us that living authentically, with courage and self-discipline, brings true happiness. I hope you'll enjoy it and join me in this exciting new adventure. Thank you for your support, and stay tuned for updates about my upcoming book. And not only the children's book, but I have a biography and other things more to come. I can't wait for this new adventure, but because this video is about a children's book, I wanted to implement that and finally release that I'm working on that and that it's coming to fruition. I'm working on illustrators, working on publishers. If any of you guys have any way to help me or speed up this process or want to even be a part or implement your own things, contact me at connectwithwalker@gmail.com. That is connectwithwalker@gmail.com. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you again. Yet I might have been a dumb child. I was smart enough to see the moral of that story. It was so beautiful. If I do the things that I want to put off tomorrow and get them done today, tomorrow won't be so hard. If you start that business today, or as soon as possible, if you start running, exercising, working out today, it will not be harder to do tomorrow, later on. If you do the things that you've been putting off to do later in time, success is closer. Hi, I'm Walker. Welcome to Walker Wisdom, the home and main channel of the Walker Wisdom Show. Every day we're set with new challenges, and sometimes those challenges are challenges that we put on our own selves. These things weigh and pile up on us until, in the end, we don't want to do them. Or in the end, when we had the chance to do them, we get to the point where doing it feels more like a chore, rather than in the moment when we could have done it, when we felt motivated and disciplined to do so. This little instance of putting things off, or in simpler terms, not putting off tomorrow what you could do today. The word is procrastination. That is the word of the day. Procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing something past its designated time, or up close to that designated time. And when I was younger, thanks to my father, when I was younger, right around kindergarten, I was put into a Class A English program. And in this program, there was a guy who, wore a superhero costume. He read books, and each level you had to go through this thing, and if you could pass the levels, you were an excellent reader. And one of the books that I was made to read was very important for my childhood. And actually, believe it or not, The story that I'm about to talk about is the story that ended up becoming who I am. It's these tiny little things. They all add up. And it was a story called Tomorrow in a series called Days with Frog and Toad by Arnold Lobel. The story teaches you how to not go through life. It's being a man of your word, or a woman of your word, and being able to stand your ground and say that if I say that I'm going to do something today, that you are going to do it today. Not because you just said it, but because realizing that if you put it off tomorrow, you only make tomorrow harder. And if your discipline or your motivation isn't strong enough to do it today, then what in their right mind makes you think that piling it up tomorrow is going to be obligation to your mind to do it tomorrow? When it's all piled up, yet I won't do it today when I could spread it out. It's a lot of nonsense. But I'll read the story to you. Look at me, I'm in my teacher phase. I'm reading children's books now. Here's the story. Tomorrow, as written by Arnold Lobel. Toad woke up. Drat, he said. This house is a mess, and I have so much work to do. Frog looked through the window. Toad, you are right, said Frog. It is a mess. Toad pulled the covers over his head. I will do it tomorrow, said Toad. Today, I will take life easy. Frog came into the house. Toad, said Frog, your pants and jacket are lying on the floor. Tomorrow, said Toad from under the covers. Your kitchen sink is filled with dirty dishes, said Frog. Tomorrow, said Toad. There is dust on your chairs. Tomorrow, said Toad. Your windows need scrubbing, said Frog. Your plants need watering. Tomorrow, cried Toad. I will do it all tomorrow. Toad sat on the edge of his bed. Blah, said Toad. I feel down in the dumps. Why? Asked Frog. I'm thinking about tomorrow, said Toad. I'm thinking about all of the many things that I will have to do. Yes, said Frog. Tomorrow will be a very hard day for you. But Frog, said Toad, if I pick up my pants and jacket right now, then I will not have to pick them up tomorrow, will I? No, said Frog, you will not have to. Toad picked up his clothes. He put them in the closet. Frog, said Toad, if I wash my dishes right now, then I will not have to wash them tomorrow, will I? No, said Frog, you will not have to. Toad washed and dried his dishes. He put them into the cupboard. Frog, said Toad, if I dust my chairs and scrub my windows and water my plants right now, then I will not have to do it tomorrow, will I? No, said Frog, you will not have to do any of it. Toad dusted his chairs, he scrubbed his windows, he watered his plants. There, said Toad, now I feel better. I'm not in the dumps anymore. Why? Asked Frog. Because I have done all that work, said Toad. Now I can save tomorrow for something that I really want to do. What is that? Asked Frog. Tomorrow, said Toad, I can just take life easy. Toad went back to bed. He pulled the covers over his head and fell asleep. And that is tomorrow. Beautiful story. And a story that if you recognize the moral of, you can understand what the story is trying to say. And little me was still smart enough, yet I might have been a dumb child. I was smart enough to see the moral of that story. It was so beautiful. If I do the things that I want to put off tomorrow and get them done today, tomorrow won't be so hard. If you start that business today, or as soon as possible, you will not have to do it later when it will be hard to do it. If you start running, exercising, working out today, it will not be harder to do tomorrow later on. If you do the things that you've been putting off to do later in time, success is closer. Remember, if the things that you do today are made to make tomorrow a better day, then why put them off tomorrow in order to make the day after the better day? If you think about it, you're only delaying yourself your success, all because you're telling yourself, I do not want success tomorrow. And with that, I have my own story. When I was getting into fitness, the significance of 75, I'm sure you guys know the 75-cent story, and them throwing 75 cents at me and saying if I can do 30 push-ups, I can have 75 cents. I trained, and, you know, I went from not being able to do 0 push-ups, not even 1, to being able to do, you know, a plethora of a good 30. And during that time, I started jogging after that story, after the 75-cent story. And it all started because I sat on my couch and I remembered the story. I sat there and said, well, I want to start jogging, because I was getting into watching David Goggins and all that other stuff. And I really wanted to get into this fitness journey. I wanted to jog. And I said, it was a beautiful day, by the way. There was no reason not to do it. I sat there and I said, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to put that in my schedule tomorrow. And I thought, I'm not busy at all today, so why put it off tomorrow? And that's when, in my mind, I said, tomorrow, said Toad. Tomorrow, said Toad. And I didn't want to feel in the dumps, as Toad says. I did not. I had no reason to. I was postponing the success of getting the jog that I wanted to do. So I got up, I put my running shoes on, I walked outside that door, and there it was, the first jog I ever took. I could have never took that jog, because who knows what could have happened the day after. I could have been busy. I could have, hold up, creatine break. I mean, I know what it's got in it. It's got my creatine in there. Yeah. Anyway, who knows what could have happened? Excuse me. Who knows what could have happened? I could have never took that opportunity. And here it is. I sit here in the evolution of that mindset and that success. You heard the story. You heard what I had to say. You know that procrastination is only a limiter of the things that you could be doing today. The version of you that you wish to be after this video, I want you to drop all the fakeness. Thrive to the things that you wish to be and all the things that are settling on you. Okay? If things are deadlined, remember that those are the things that you make this on. 0. Or 0.5%. You're not wanting to be a 0% or 0.5% of your full potential when you succeed. Because 0 is not successful. 0.5 is only half of what you could have been. All because you deadlined it. You got it the last minute and didn't put in the greatest effort you could have. Tomorrow, said Toad. Tomorrow, said Toad. All right. Beautiful story. And I hope you take a lot from that. I hope you realize that at the end of this video that maybe it opened a little inspiration in your mind. A little motivation. Or better yet, the thing that I'm trying to open up to you. A little discipline in you. And you sit up and you start whatever it is that you've been putting off tomorrow in order to do today. Have a great day, guys.